What's up, y'all? We're here for another episode of Redefined.
Where we are redefining relationships righteously. So you're trying on dresses. You got all your bridesmaids picked out. You know your colors. You know what flowers you want. You know what kind of cake you're gonna get. You've even got all your decorations down, even to the cake topper.
Pause. Before you start going out trying on dresses, sending out invitations, picking up seat covers, have y'all got any premarital counseling? I just want to know. That's what we're going to talk about today, premarital counseling. And I know that it's something that's slept on today, but it is so critical for the well-being and welfare of marriage. And what's crazy about this is so many women spend their whole life planning for their wedding day and not the married life. They already have the picture frame in their mind.
Yeah.
Their wedding colors, their flowers, their bridesmaid. They don't even have a candidate. They don't know who it's going to be, but they already know how it's going to look. You do know that statistically a wedding is 1 hour. And marriage is statistically forever.
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Some states will actually reduce the price of your marriage license if you can show proof that you've completed a full course of premarital counseling.
Keyword, completed. Not y'all went to 2 or 3 sessions and then that was it. No. Completed. I'm a firm believer in anybody can start, but few people finish.
And the sad thing is, so many people spend all this time, all this money, all this energy and effort on this glorious wedding day, and sometimes the marriage only lasts less than a year.
And this is why premarital counseling is so important, because it brings up to surface the problems and issues that could be possibly detrimental for your marriage. Premarital counseling can show you things that are extremely problematic. Like, for example, me and my wife know many couples that once they got in premarital counseling, they called the whole wedding off.
Yeah.
Because they realize, hey, I'm still hurting and I won't be good for you right now because I don't trust nobody, or this person is still communicating with an ex and I'm not cool with that. Issues start to come to surface, but don't confuse that. Problems don't mean dispose.
Right.
Because some problems just need to be tweaked. And that's what premarital counseling does. Reveals those things that need to be tweaked, and also can reveal those things that are deadly and it needs to be dealt with now.
We're people, so we all have problems. And every single problem that you encounter in premarital counseling doesn't make it a deal breaker. For example, me and my husband, when we were in premarital counseling, we just discovered that we're both needed to get over ourselves. And that's one thing that you have to understand about marriage is it's a selfless act.
Selfless.
You can't go into marriage being selfish. If you think you're going to remain selfish in marriage, you got another thing coming. 2
selfish people should never be married people. If every single thing must revolve around you, you need to be the 3rd word of that sentence. Single.
Oh.
Marriage is a selfless union.
Oh, yes.
Don't go up in that bad boy talking about this is me. This is just how I am.
I mean, you know, you gotta love me for me.
Love me for me.
I mean,
this is just me.
I'ma do me.
This is just me. I hear people say all the time, don't change for nobody. Those people are gonna be old and single, okay? Because love changes everything.
Very true.
When you are in love, you will change.
Oh, yes.
I promise you that. Quote me on it. And this right here kind of depends on how mature you are as a couple. Me and my wife, when we were dating, we had something called ugly nights. And ugly nights is exactly what I'm saying it is. Ugly. We would just talk about our sinfulness. I am stubborn.
Prideful.
I am arrogant.
Selfish.
I'm nasty. Like, I wear the same socks twice. I wear the same shirt for 2 days that has a Kool-Aid stain on it. I'll smell my drawers, and if it doesn't stink, I'll wear them.
Wait. You didn't tell me all that.
I did tell you about my drawers.
You didn't tell me about no drawers in premarital counseling.
In premarital counseling, I tell you about my drawers. I tell you I smell it.
That's nasty.
I told you.
That's nasty.
So we had those ugly moments because I'm a firm believer that we have to be transparent.
Yeah.
And we're living in this time where people are just being secretive and covering up stuff and just being fake and phony.
Yeah.
And so they wear this fake facade all during the single stage, and then one day you get married and you see the ugliness of that person and you're like, oh my God, what did I just marry? And that's what premarital counseling is for. You just get ugly. Best believe those sessions will get ugly.
Very ugly.
And really, that is necessary for a healthy marriage.
Honestly, a lot of those ugly nights that we had with each other, it really beautified our relationship, because there's nothing more beautiful than just being real and authentic, especially with the person that you're going to become one with.
So if y'all engaged or you're dating and you're faking, stop it.
Now,
Just be real. Just belch in front of them.
tell them about your draws.
Pass gas. Just let it all hang out. Just get ugly. Just ugly.
Premarital counseling also revealed to me that I had built this wall around my heart, and I wasn't allowing my future husband to come in. And premarital counseling did just that. It helped me to get over me. I had been damaged and hurt from past relationships, things from my childhood, and I had just built up this wall. And premarital counseling allowed us to discuss those things, bring those things to surface, and we didn't have to bring those issues into our future marriage.
If you don't love you, you'll never let nobody else love you. So if you do have a wall up from those past hurts, definitely get counseling. Those walls are gonna have to come down so that y'all can build a new foundation of love.
That's good.
All right, because they're not them. Don't try to bring yesterday's bricks in today's foundation. Proverbs 15 verse 22 tells us, plans fail for a lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. And one of our advisors, I'll never forget what he told me. He said, Jerry, marriage is designed to kill you. Are you dying?
Are you dying?
Dude, that was so deep to me, man. And I never forget that, because every single day, especially as the husband, I have to die daily to live a life that my wife can see the Lord Jesus. I should be reflecting him in every single day of my life. Because before marriage, this whole romantic and holding hands, you're kind of like this before marriage. After marriage, if y'all haven't had any premarital counseling, it's something more like this.
Jerry, why you always leaving the lid off the toothpaste? Why you always leaving the toilet seat up? Why you always leaving empty containers in the refrigerator? Why you using my deodorant?
First of all, I don't like the way you coming at me. And I'll never be saying that about all your hair. I'll never be saying that when you be leaving that hot comb over there and have all the hair on the sink. What about your hair, though? Let's talk about your hair.
So premarital counseling won't just teach you the biblical principles, but it'll also teach you those practical principles. Things like money management, household chores, how to raise your children, not using your spouse's deodorant.
Nothing's wrong with that. So when we were in premarital counseling, there's some books we read. One of my favorite books was Things I Wish I'd Known Before I Got Married by Gary Chapman. Dope read. You definitely want to check this out.
Our next book is The 5 Love Languages.
Popular book.
Awesome book.
Yeah.
This book is so necessary for couples because it just talks about a way to really fill your spouse's love tank. What's their primary love language, and what is it that's really going to make them feel good, and how you can love them the very best.
Last book we read was His Needs, Her Needs. Definitely want to check this book out. So these are dope reads. I'm going to have a link below of every single book where you can purchase them yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're engaged, if you are the very first person to put like a link or an engagement picture or a link to your website, we'll mail you this book free. Totally free. Things I Wish I'd Known Before I Got Married. A gift from Redefining. First one though. If you're not first, I'm sorry. But anyway, every single book that we just said is going to be in the links below. Just click on it and buy the books. I promise you it'll be an asset to your life and an asset to your future marriage.
Absolutely.
Until we meet next week, we are Redefined.
But we are redefining relationships righteously.